100 miles to the west of the center that had hurricane force winds, gusts anyway. And so we're looking at a pressure in the minimum pressure at 959 millibars. That's actually a little bit lower. So maybe the fact that we have some of those thunderstorms right above where that circulation center is near the surface, that's a sign that maybe this thing is deepening just a little bit. And the official forecast from the Hurricane Center has it moving toward the northeast for about 24 hours. And then tomorrow evening and tomorrow night it begins to turn toward the north. And then thereafter, north and then northwest. This is the critical part, or one of the critical parts of the forecast. We think the center will likely come on shore, very likely. Now it seems like perhaps somewhere between New York and southern New Jersey. But the storm is so large that will have very strong impacts far removed from the center, hundreds of miles on either side where the center comes on shore. We expect tropical storm force wind gusts well above that, all the way from southern New England and even maybe down east Maine, all the way down to northern parts of North Carolina. So it's not necessarily to think about where the center goes when you think about the wind, the broad wind impacts. But certainly with storm surge, with the center, if it does move inshore here, just along and where the north of that track is, that's where the highest storm surge was. And in fact, Michael Lowry, our other hurricane specialist, we were just talking about how some of the storm surge forecasts that we're seeing now for Sandy are already higher than they ever were for Irene. So this is just something to keep in mind as we move forward, and it's going to be very important to see where that center comes on shore and to keep the storm surge forecasts in play. So let's look at the forecast from the GFS, US GFS forecast model, moving the center of Sandy toward the northeast overnight tonight, and then tomorrow afternoon beginning its northwestward turn. This was the earlier run this morning. We'll have more data coming in later. This one had the center coming on shore of central New Jersey. These lines close together show that the winds are very strong, even way up here in southern New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, and also they have a northwesterly wind on this model solution all the way down to Norfolk. That is very strong as well, certainly with gusting over tropical storm force there. And here we have a lot of heavy rain as well too. So a lot of components coming together. This model had the pressure coming in at 949 millibars, which could very well, if indeed that does verify, could very well break some records on the minimum pressure. Just sort of testimony to the fact that this storm has so much energy with it. Timing impacts, let's go. With Sunday, rain increases along the coast here. Winds 25 to 40 miles per hour in this area shaded in green with beach erosion. That area expands on Monday, 30 to 50 sustained, gusts to 75 plus, with coastal flooding as well. So folks, I would say from Norfolk on north to New York, tomorrow's got to be the last day in preparation for this. All the preparations need to be completed tomorrow night because things will get much worse, we think, very quickly on Monday. So with that, I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Postel. We hope that everybody takes those necessary precautions and really finish those preparations by tomorrow night, really.
And know if you're in an evacuation zone and heed any warnings that come out for sure. We want to talk more about some of the impacts in these areas as we get closer to the storm really bearing down on the northeast. This is going to be Sunday night through Tuesday evening, flooding, rain, widespread wind damage, which could create power outages for days, if not weeks. We're looking at coastal and inland flooding also.
Yeah, not just along the coast, as Dr. Postel was mentioning, further inland as well. We're talking about significant rainfall for some of these areas from the Outer Banks of North Carolina through the Delmarva. Anywhere from 3 to 6, even up to 10 inches of rain is possible, and that is going to flood low-lying areas very quickly.
And coupled with high tide, that storm surge, a real threat, talking about 20-foot waves possibly for Long Island. 1 to 2 inches in New York City. Kelly mentioned not a whole lot there, but anywhere you see the white and pink, that's where we forecast some of the heaviest rain, but this does not include what's going to be pushed ashore by the storm.
Well, if your home loses power, you can still listen to the Weather Channel's live coverage. We're being broadcast on both Sirius and XM satellite radio stations.
The Weather Channel is Hurricane Central. We're here with you all day and all night with expert analysis you will not find anywhere else.
Buying this juicer online was unbelievable.
Sometimes a good deal isn't such a good deal, but Bounty gives you value you can see. In this lab demo, 1 sheet of Bounty leaves this surface cleaner than 2 sheets of the leading Ordinary brand. Bounty, the clean picker-upper.
Why should our wallets tell us what our favorite color is?